Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 3. So even though the mid-season finale of The Flash Season 3 didn't leave us with a much-desired cliffhanger to the highly anticipated mid-season premiere, it did leave us with a few things to think about and look forward to in the back half of this season. The first of these obviously being Kid Flash, as we saw Wally West get his speedster suit as a present for Christmas from the rest of the Star Labs team, or Team Flash. The second being revolved around Savitar's prophecies, which we heard verbally expelled by Julian Albert, who was mentally connected to Savitar at the time. I've actually done a completely separate video on those prophecies if you are interested in watching it, which I go over all three of those prophecies and who could actually be connected to each one of them. But I will leave that linked in the description below if you do want to go watch that. And then of course, the third and final one, Iris West's death at the hands of the God of Speed himself, Savitar. Now all of us should know that the death of Iris West that we saw take place in the mid-season finale actually takes place 5 months in the future from the point of that particular episode, which obviously gives Barry a lot of time to either figure a way to stop Savitar at that point, or just prevent Iris from ever getting into that situation, where she could possibly be impaled in a pretty ruthless way by Savitar. But will Barry actually be able to prevent this death from happening? Just a quick note though, this supposed death should occur in the last 2 to 3 episodes going by the timeline, so keep that in mind. So let's go over the possible outcomes of this situation, which are going to be a yes, a no, and a yes but no option as well. You will understand what I mean by the yes but no option when I get to that point. Now just a heads up, I don't want Iris to die. I know some of the things I'm going to say might make you think that I want her to die or something, but I just want to make it clear I don't want her to die. I really don't want anyone on the show to die, so if it does sound like I want her to die, I don't. So if that makes sense, hopefully it does. So let's start with the yes option, and this is the easiest one to go over in my opinion. Could Barry prevent Iris from dying? Of course he could. He has seen the future, he even knows when it will happen thanks to him seeing that news report on TV about the criminal plunder. The big issue surrounding this though is that if Barry saves Iris, will someone else take her place and meet a similar fate? And that is something that I can definitely see happening. Whether that be someone like Joe, Caitlin, or someone else along those lines. If they were going to have Barry save Iris from this foreseen death, I can see the show having someone face her fate, and maybe Barry will be the only one to know what was meant to happen, I guess along with Jay Garrick as well. And then we have more guilt that Barry will have to carry on himself, as someone that wasn't meant to die ended up dying due to him saving Iris. Up next is the no option. So Barry won't be able to save Iris, but how? He has seen what is going to happen. He can take very extreme measures to keep her safe. Yeah, that may be true, but as we have already seen so far with Savitar this season, he can, pop up anywhere really. If they attempted to quote-unquote hide Iris, he would get his hands on her pretty quick. It wouldn't be too hard for him. Also, when it comes to time and death in general, sometimes you just can't prevent things from happening. Obviously last season, Cisco saw Earth 2 split in two thanks to that thing that Zoom was doing, but they were able to prevent that from happening thanks to Barry's time remnant who sacrificed himself in order to stop that machine from working. So what I'm saying here is that Barry could try to steer things in the direction away from Iris dying. However, due to time and death wanting the natural occurrence to happen, it will steer events back their way, which is where Iris will still meet the exact same fate that we saw her meet in the mid-season finale future scene. And finally, we have the yes but no option. Now this option revolves around the yes part where yes, Barry does stop this event from happening at that particular time. But similar to the last thing we just went over where the timeline is saying, no, Iris West is meant to die. So even though Barry may rescue her or prevent that event from happening, at some point after this, she will still meet her death, whether it be at the hands of Savitar or possibly someone else. In the comics, Iris West is actually killed by Professor Zoom, otherwise known as Earbud Thorn or the Reverse Flash, via a vibrating or phasing hand through the skull which killed her basically instantly. So if Reverse Flash showed up and did this at the end of season 3, randomly, it would be pretty damn insane. Like, the more random that the Flash gets, the better it gets, in my opinion. Like, the Flash can be predictable, which is weird because it can be so random at times. So hopefully if they did something like this, I think it would shock a lot of people, even though it is from the comics. If Iris is to actually die, I do think she will come back. I'm not sure if it will be like it is in the comics, just because it's pretty silly and they haven't really established stuff in the show already, which would make the stuff from the comics make sense. So the show would most likely chuck a cool twist or two in it, which would bring Iris back in some way. Now, the option that I think that will happen is the second option, which is the Barry won't be able to save her and she will die the exact same way that we saw her die in the mid-season finale. Now, even though I do think she will die, as I just said, I wouldn't be surprised, or actually I do think that she will come back, but they'll leave it till season 4, a couple of episodes in if they were going to do it. They could even leave it longer just because, if she just died in the last 2 or 3 episodes of season 3, does it really mean that much if she comes back in the first 5 episodes of season 4? So they might even leave it to like the mid-season finale or something like that. But thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, it'd be very much appreciated. If you could leave a like on it, let me know in the comment section below, which option do you think is going to happen? Do you think Barry's going to save her? Do you think Barry's not going to be able to save her? Or do you think Barry will save her at that point in time, but she'll still end up dying come the end of season? Or if you have another option that I did not mention, leave it in the comment section below as well. And if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.